Okay, so now we are going to talk about the adeno-associated virus, also known as AAV. We'll also know why adeno-associated virus get its name. Why adeno-associated? Because this is not adenovirus. This is adenovirus-like virus, but it requires the help of adenovirus in order to replicate inside a host cell. That's why it's known as adeno-associated virus. So how does it look like? You can see the picture in the right-hand side. And adeno-associated virus, they are small viruses that infects humans and some other primate species, and they are non-enveloped virus, and it has one icosahedral virus approximately 260 angstrom in diameter. So 260 angstrom in diameter. Okay. And the adeno-associated viral vectors are introduced into and they are produced inside the packaging cell lines following the transfection of AAV and the co-infection with a helper virus such as adenovirus or herpes simplex virus. Then only this virus can replicate. That's why we call it as an adeno-associated virus, because when you want to package this virus and we want to use this adeno-associated virus as a vector, because we use adeno-associated virus as a vector for gene delivery mechanism, gene delivery system for gene therapy. So we need to co-infect our target cell with some accessory virus like adenovirus or herpes simplex virus. So it is a small virus of 260 angstrom in diameter. What is the size? Again, I mentioned earlier, it's a very small virus, that is 25 nanometer icosahedral capsid. The total diameter of the capsid, which is icosahedral like adenovirus, it is 25 nanometer, but for adenovirus it was 70 to 100 nanometers. So it's 4 times smaller than an adenovirus. It's composed of 3 types of structural proteins, VP1, VP2 and VP3, and all these proteins are known as the coating proteins, and a single stranded 4.7 kilobase of genome is present. So again, the genetic material type, it is a single stranded deoxyribonucleic acid. So single stranded DNA genome, which is kind of unique, and its single stranded genome size is 4.7 kb or 4700 bases. So what are the disease associated with it? The disease, they are currently not known to cause any specific disease. The viruses may cause very mild, in this case very mild immune response, and on its own it cannot do much of a thing. Generally it is required, it requires adenovirus or herpes simplex virus in order to infect. What is the incubation period? As we told you that it is not a virus that causes an active infection, so it's not applicable. What are the mode of transmission? The transmission is via aerosol. Okay, it can be transmitted via aerosol, droplets exposure to the mucous membrane, ingestion means any way you can eat or drink food, and then injection. All these modes are transmissible modes for the adeno-associated virus. What is the scientific classification for it? Family Parvoviridae, class Quintoviricets, order Picovirales, and genus Dependoparvovirus. Dependo because it depends. Dependoparvovirus, and the representative species is adeno-associated virus 1. There are AAV1, AAV2 and so on and so forth. So what is the life cycle of this adenovirus? As I told you earlier, that the life cycle depends on how exactly this adenovirus works, and how exactly it works, let me tell you that normally this is a cell under which this adenovirus will replicate, but normally adenovirus do not replicate on its own. We need a helper virus co-infection, and once a helper virus is co-infecting, and after that what happens is that they integrate, this adeno-associated virus integrate its own genome inside our human chromosome number 19. This is known as the latency of the virus, because this adeno-associated virus, as they are not causing any disease when they move inside a host cell like human body, but it gets integrated, its genome gets integrated inside our chromosome number 19, okay, for future use. And then once again the helper virus infection is done, this acts as a trigger, and then only with the help of the helper virus, which can be adenovirus, which can be herpes simplex virus, it start to replicate its own genome and also start packaging adenoviral materials, and then the adenovirus components will come out by degrading the host cell. This is what happens. You can see here there are two pictures. It's a helper virus co-infection in the very first picture number A. In picture number B, we'll see the effect. So this is the helper virus co-infection with these are the AAVs, adeno-associated virus, interacting. They are forming endosomal structures, and this endosomal escape is done. Then this adeno-associated virus will migrate inside the nucleus via the nuclear transporter, and then if adenovirus infects that same host cell, then only what happens is that inside the nucleus they start building up the DNA replication and also transcription of a specific target genes, which will be translated into proteins later on, which will package the adeno-associated viral genome inside adeno-associated viral capsid, and then it will come out. Okay, this is how it works. This is the overall idea of how adeno-associated viral works. But normally, if there is no co-infection, then this adeno-associated virus will not come out as a viral particle by degrading the host cell. What it does is that in this case, the adeno-associated virus, after the endosomal escape, moves inside the nucleus, and it is very, very small. You can see that it's shown in the complete viral particle can go inside the nucleus through the nuclear pore complex, because the nuclear pore complex are higher diameter than this adeno-associated virus. This virus is very, very small. So in those cases, if there is no co-infection, then this adeno-associated virus moves inside the nucleus, and there they dissociate, their genetic material is removed, and they are integrated into the chromosome number 19 of human chromosome, and they remain as it is for a later stage for in wait of the adenovirus or herpes simplex virus to co-infect the cell. Otherwise, this virus, this adeno-associated virus itself is not capable of causing any disease. It does not cause any disease, and also it does not elucidate immune response. So this is an overview of the life cycle of adeno-associated virus. So if you like this video about the adeno-associated virus, then please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel to get to know about all the important virus and their life cycle and their different important properties.